Good morning. How is everyone this morning? Before we get started, I just want to say that this is a very emotional um, topic, very sensitive topic, and I have put in my description below links to um, the videos that I'm going to show, and credit will be going to them. This is a very emotional and sensitive video that we're going to watch today, and I covered the first part of it, so I'll kind of go back in to give a little bit of background if you're not familiar with the case. And I'm going to go ahead and let's get started on this. Give me just 1 minute here. Trying to get this loaded. And again, I'm all new to this, so please be patient. Now, this is a little bit of the background. And what we're talking about. And this is Aaron Goodwin, and he is started out as a cameraman with Ghost Adventures, and now he is also helping with their investigations. He's been with them for several years. And Aaron was married, got married, and this is from about 2 months ago, and it's a very good presentation, and I did cover this on my channel if you want to go back and watch that live that I did. And all credit went to Law and Crime, and I covered this, and I think this was very informative. It was done very nicely, a very good representation of all of the facts in the case. And so now I'm just going to kind of just go through and show you a picture or two throughout this and let you see okay, let me kind of get it where I want it here. And of course we've got ads, so and again, I'm just learning how to do all the presentations, so please be patient with me. And I do have 2 puppies here, so I may have to stop and and take care of the puppies. So this is Aaron and his wife. And what would seem to be a very, very precious marriage. They seem happy, they look happy in this picture. You would think that they were very, very happy. And I'm sure, as all marriages, they've had a few things that have come up in their marriage, and I'm sure they've tried to work through them. And but I never could imagine something coming to the point in your marriage where something like this would occur. And unfortunately it did. But I'm very happy that the plot did not go through, that Aaron is safe, and that his wife was arrested and held on bond. And she has now had her sentencing. So if you want to go back and follow this is on Law and Crime, and it's a very good representation of all the facts. It was well put together, and I really enjoyed covering this on a live stream prior. So again, credit goes out to Law and Crime, and they gave a very good background and the whole entire case, and how Aaron's wife had done a murder plot with a gentleman who was already convicted on several murder charges and is currently incarcerated. So now, today, I'm just going to present what I feel is a very, very heartbreaking court appearance for Aaron's wife. And when Aaron comes up to testify, it's very emotional and very heartbreaking. So I want to be very respectful. You can feel his disappointment. You can see how hurt he is emotionally, and my heart goes out to Aaron, and it's just a very, very sad case. So I'm going to stop sharing that one, and let me see if we can get back. And then today, I'm going to share this one. Now this is Victoria Goodwin appearing for her sentencing. And Aaron Goodwin is at her court sentencing, and he's very emotional. So I'm giving you a trigger warning. This is very, very emotional, and so here we go.
Mr. Brown, Mr. Hammer, this is a daytime step.
And again, I have put in my description, this is Court TV that covered this, and I have their description, or their links in my description, and I'm giving all credit to Court TV. I'm doing this as a review and to bring awareness on this case, and follow up from where I had done my live prior. So, this is Victoria's sentencing, and again, Aaron Goodwin was there. He was present, and he was very, very emotional. So, here we go. This is, again, courtesy of, and credit to, Court TV.
Have you ever seen the magic glasses that can see clearly without glasses? This glasses can not only
Province 911, where's your emergency?
Hey, I was just calling, tried calling the fire department to see there's a fire in our subdivision, but it may just be been burning brush because they're building houses, but I wasn't sure.
Province 911, where's your emergency?
I'm not
Hey,
sure what happened there. Let me go back.
I was just calling, tried calling the fire department to see there's a fire in our...
Oops, okay, let me try pulling it back up again.
Here's Brown, Mr. Demmer. This is a daytime separate.
Sorry about that, I don't know what happened. Isn't that something?
His judgment and your position of sentence, is there any way you can cause a reason why judgment should not be pronounced against your sentencing?
I hope you can hear that okay. Again, I'm just learning how to do all this sharing, so please be patient with me. And I just want to bring awareness to this, that it is a very emotional case. I did, like I said, covered a small live, a previous live stream whenever she was arrested, whenever Victoria Goodwin was arrested. And so now this is a follow-up, and again, all credit will go to Court TV. And we're doing this as a review. So here we go. This is the follow-up, and it's very emotional.
No, Your Honor.
The court reviewed the May 15th, 2025 pre-sentence investigation report, as well as the sentencing memorandum filed by the defendant on May 29th of 2025, as well as all of the letters that he received. And it's the court's understanding this is
So
no recommendation except the state has continued.
I will keep stopping it and then restarting it because I am doing a review. So if you want to go watch this whole thing without any interruption, I have the links in my description below. And you can go watch it there. And this is the sentencing of Valerie Goodwin.
Right to argue facts and circumstances?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is there going to be a different speaker this week?
There's Aaron Goodwin here, who's just in the anteroom. He's coming in right now, so we're going to ask that he speak last for the statute.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. As I kind of spoke to opposing counsel, even spoke to Aaron about it, one of the reasons we're not making a recommendation is to...
Now, I'm not surprised that Aaron did go to court. I'm sure this was not easy for Aaron to do. That's just my personal opinion. So, again, I'll be stopping this, and Aaron is there for the state in this sentencing, and he has just entered the room.
Sentencing is, we kind of acknowledge that, look, this is someone who
This is the aircraft carrier shelter you seized, previously owned by a small faction of about 800.
doesn't have a record, right? Who's never kind of done anything like this before. But the concern I've always had is when you look at the facts of the case, they are serious. This is not a situation where maybe
I was looking at all of the photos of Victoria and Aaron, and she looks so different standing here for her sentencing. This is very emotional and very heartbreaking.
unhappy wife simply kind of made a fleeting text that said, "Ugh, like I can't stand my marriage. Like I wish he was just gone," or something along those lines. It was far more than that. The concerns that I have about the case are when Mr. Amato's phone is seized and they look into it. What you can see is on October 2nd of 2024, there is a text exchange between Ms. Goodwin and Mr. Amato, who is a convicted.
Now here he's going to go into explaining the plot and how the plot came about. How Aaron's wife had been communicating with a convict and plotted a hit on her husband. And so the state's describing the hit and how she communicated with this inmate that was incarcerated. So I'm going to go ahead and back this up a little bit.
More than that. The concern I've always had is when you look at the facts of the case, they are serious. This is not a situation where maybe an unhappy wife simply kind of made a fleeting text that said, "Ugh, like I can't stand my marriage. Like I wish he was just gone," or something along those lines. It was far more than that. The concerns that I have about the case are when Mr. Amato's phone is seized and they look into it. What you can see is on October 2nd.
Now this is going back to when the phone was seized by the inmate, what they discovered on the phone, which is considered contraband in a state penitentiary, and when they confiscated it and went through it, that's when they discovered this plot that was a planned hit on Aaron Goodwin. If you watch Ghost Adventures, you'll know who Aaron Goodwin is. So now he's explaining what happened here. So I'll back it up and I'll keep stopping it and going forward. Again, you can go watch this all without interruption on your own if you would like.
We kind of acknowledge that, look, this is someone who doesn't have a record, right? Who's never kind of done anything like this before. But the concern I've always had is when you look at the facts of the case, they are serious. This is not a situation where maybe an unhappy wife simply kind of made a fleeting text that said.
And I have to agree, this is very serious. This is not something to be taken lightly. This is a very, very serious thing to do. I mean, I cannot even imagine what Aaron has been going through. My heart goes out to Aaron. Goodwin.
Ugh, like I can't stand my marriage, like I wish he was just gone, or something along those lines. It was far more than that. The concerns that I have about the case are when Mr. Amato's phone is seized and they look into it, what you can see is on October 2nd of 2024, there is a text exchange between Ms. Goodwin and Mr. Amato, who is a convicted murderer out of Florida, where they are expressing their love for one another. She is acknowledging that her husband would never accept a divorce. She says things like, "I'm so anxious, I just can't believe this is happening, like, what the F? How did I get to this point? Am I a bad person?" And when Mr. Amato asks, "Well, why do you say that?" And she's like, "Because I'm choosing to end his existence, not divorce."
Now that is very, very important, in my opinion. She is stating that rather than to divorce him, she wants him to be no longer existent. How sad. How sad is this?
Those are very serious comments. When you couple that with
I'm just going to let that focus on Victoria for a minute. She doesn't look like she's happy and smiling in all the photos with she and Aaron, a happy couple. How did it come to this? You know, that is so sad. That's just my opinion, but it's very sad.
that same date, she is relaying information that Mr. Goodwin was in Barstow, staying at a Best Western, provided him pictures of what he looked like, the car that he was driving. And that there's discussions that Mr. Amato's buddy named Gordo is going to take care of the situation. The facts become more serious. And even from those text messages that talk about setting aside, $11,000 for Gordo, and ultimately this investigation reveals about $60,000 is sent from Ms. Goodwin over to Mr. Amato.
Okay, now I'm going to back that up. This will give you the amount that was paid for this plot. So I'm going to back this up just a little bit. I was surprised to hear the amount.
The situation, the facts become more serious. And even from those text messages that talk about setting aside, $11,000 for Gordo, and ultimately this investigation reveals about $60,000 is sent from Ms. Goodwin over to Mr. Amato.
$60,000. Even though the texts were saying the $11,500 was for the supposed hit, they're saying over $60,000. Let's play that again.
And that there's discussions that Mr. Amato's buddy named Gordo is going to take care of the situation. The facts become more serious. And even from those text messages that talk about setting aside, $11,000 for Gordo, and ultimately this investigation reveals about $60,000 is sent from Ms. Goodwin over to Mr. Amato, or associates of Mr. Amato. And I know the sentencing memo kind of talks about, well, maybe some of that was blackmail, but when you have the following day, you have Amato on that phone texting Gordo being like, "Hey, is it done yet? It hasn't been done." All of that's very serious. And the one thing I didn't see in that report was simply, at no point does Ms. Goodwin ever try to claw it back. At no point does she say something like, "You know what, I was just kidding, I don't really want to go through," like you don't ever see anything along those lines. And that really is ultimately the concern.
Wow. I mean, she's not a pretty woman. No, she's not, Lola. No, she's not. In her photos, she is, but without all the makeup and all of the, she's not really a pretty person, a pretty woman. I don't feel that she is. Um, I guess I expected he would have a model as a wife or someone a lot prettier. Well, if you look at all of the photos that they had um, on their social media, she was all dolled up and she looked very, very pretty. She really did. And, I have to agree with the state here. At no time did she seem like she wanted to stop this plot. She gave them his hotel where he was staying while they were doing the new Ghost Adventures series. She gave them the make and model of his car, what his car looked like, what hotel he was staying in, and then was sending texts to see if it was done yet. Unreal. This is just so sad. So sad. The whole thing is, in my opinion, I cannot even imagine what Aaron has been going through. Because he was blindsided by all of this. He had no clue. Is she getting jail time? Yes, this is the sentencing, so I'll let it play a little bit more here. I'm just stopping it because I'm doing a review on it. You can watch this whole thing through. I did a earlier live, and it was done by Law and Crime, and you can go back and follow it. I have their links in my description. And this is whenever she was arrested and whenever the whole plot came out, and Law and Crime did an absolutely amazing job with this. Their presentation was really, really good, and I did do a live stream on this. And so because of, this is a paranormal channel, and I was bringing this awareness when it first happened. I'll hang out and listen to your review. Okay, I'm going to go back to this and we'll continue. I'm going to back it up just a little bit.
On that phone, texting Gordo, being like, hey, is it done yet? Has it been done? All of that's very serious. And the one thing I didn't see in that report was simply, at no point does Miss Goodwin ever try to claw it back. At no point does she say something like, you know what, I was just kidding, I don't really want to go through, like, you don't ever see anything along those lines. And that really is ultimately the concern for the state about the seriousness of it. And so look, whatever you think is appropriate is certainly appropriate. I just think at the end of the day, you don't see these solicitations very often. Like, I handle murders, we don't really get solicitation cases that often. But there's a lot of there. That's a lot of detail, a lot of locations, and a lot of money that I think elevates this to a certain level of consideration. Lastly, I'm just going to say, look.
I agree. I'm going to go ahead and let him finish here, and then I'll come on here.
And a lot of money that I think elevates this to a certain level of consideration. Lastly, I'm just going to say, look, I'm not going to speak for Aaron. I think Aaron is going to share with you how this has really impacted him, and I don't think I can do that justice, but I will submit it to the discretion of the court. Yeah, and I just...
Okay, now that was the state representing the state. And Aaron is there, he is present, and he will speak. So now the defense is getting ready to go in and talk. And she also speaks. So here we go.
I'd like to comment briefly on the facts. I know we wrote a longer sentencing memo, and I appreciate your patience because I know you read it. With regards to the facts, there is, to me, a clear line where Ms. Goodwin had abandoned the conspiracy. We may disagree, and I don't know what we do with the state, whereas who initiated the idea of, the murder. But with Ms. Goodwin, it's clear that as of November, she had completely distanced herself from the group. She had moved on from it. There was very limited contact. She had nothing further to do. No efforts were made, and the phone exchange ends. I'd also comment, and I know we do in the sentencing memo, that neither Mr. Amato or Mr. Gordo, as we sit here, have ever been charged with a crime. So it's just Ms. Goodwin who sits here today, and as far as I know, there's no intention to ever file charges against either of those two individuals.
Again, this is on the state side that's talking now.
I think it is clear that Ms. Goodwin, after the initial, payment, was being extorted, that she was threatened. There was a call to the police that was outlined in the sentencing memo, and that was the reason for the additional payments. It wasn't a continued, I want to keep paying more and more. We really got to make this happen. There was the initial payment, and after that, the circumstances had substantially changed. But as the state mentioned, and you look today, Ms. Goodwin is a person who prior to this had never been in any kind of trouble of any kind.
I believe this is the DA that's speaking. I'm sorry.
She did what you would expect someone to do when they are arrested for something. She took full responsibility. As I think we're 92 days from the day she was arrested to the day we're before Your Honor, which on a case like that, I would submit is very fast, and that's because Ms. Goodwin said, I don't want to make this any tougher for Mr. Goodwin. I want to take responsibility. I know what I did was wrong. Again, as we sit here, you can see the back row. That's Ms. Goodwin's family.
No, that is her defense attorney. That is her defense.
Some friends as well. She's got tremendous family support. They love her. They would have gladly, this was not an unreasonable bail that can never be posted. She recognized that there should be some punishment element to this as well. So she sat in custody for 92 days when the family would have gladly posted the bond to get her out of custody, but she wanted to come before the court and let everyone here know that she understands there are consequences for her action. We would submit that she's an
This is her defense attorney trying to explain what all happened and then bring in that she was supposedly blackmailed to continue to send money, and that she is the only one that was charged with this crime so far, even though there was other people involved.
an excellent candidate for probation. Many of those reasons are outlined in the sentencing memo. She's not going to reoffend. She's never been in trouble before. She's going to move. She has no need to have further contact with Mr. Goodwin. They don't have children in common. She's going to move. If she is given the opportunity of probation, she would immediately try to transfer out of state, live with her family, continue with her education. We talked in the sentencing memo about her physical health. She has very serious health issues. She's not going to be able to get the proper treatment while she is in custody. It's very painful. She lives her whole life in pain. She has one of the most painful illnesses you can have. If Your Honor...
I'm not familiar with her background or her health or anything like that. I'm not sure how much of that has been brought out to the public, but apparently she has some health problems, and so I think the defense here is just trying to bring all of that out to take into consideration with her sentencing. So he's bringing out the fact that she'll be moving, that she'll have no further contact with him, that she'll be no further threat to him. But that is up to the judge, to decide the sentencing. So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to back that back up a little bit. Again, this is her defense, not the DA.
She's never been in trouble before. She's going to move. She has no need to have further contact with Mr. Goodwin. They don't have children in common. She's going to move. If she is given the opportunity of probation, she would immediately try to transfer out of state, live with her family, continue with her education. We talked in the sentencing memo about her physical health. She has very serious health issues. She's not going to be able to get the proper treatment while she is in custody. It's very painful. She lives her whole life in pain. She has one of the most painful illnesses you can have. If Your Honor felt that she did need a little bit more, we don't think 92 days has gotten her attention. She's never going to be in front of Your Honor for any kind of violation. She's never going to have any further problems. We, of course, would understand there would be stringent conditions. She has no contact with Mr. Goodman, and she has no need to ever have contact with them. We would just ask the court to give her one opportunity at probation for someone who's lived the life that she's lived, has one terrible mistake, but that's the only mistake she's made, and that she immediately tried to take full responsibility for it. Before she was arrested, she had clearly abandoned any efforts to be part of that conspiracy, and we think she's worthy of probation, and I'd like to have her say a few words as well.
Now here's where this gets very, very emotional. She does speak on her behalf, and then the state has Aaron to come up, and Aaron speaks. So trigger warning, this is very, very emotional. Both what she says and what Aaron says.
Firstly, and most importantly, I would like to apologize to Aaron. I'm so immensely sorry for the pain and anxiety I've caused you, and the betrayal you undoubtedly and rightfully feel by my actions. I need you to know that I will always hold love for you. I genuinely pray you find your joy and peace again, and I will bow out of your life forever to hopefully ease that process. I'm sorry I broke us, and I am consumed with regret every day. My absolute promise to you is that you will never see or hear from me. I intend to leave the state of Nevada, and you and anyone else will never be in danger of me ever again. Secondly, I'd like to apologize to my parents. My actions are not a reflection of how you raised me, with unwavering love and support, and I know I'm better than this. Next, I'd like to apologize to the court. I recognize and understand my stupidity, the terrible nature of my crime against Aaron, my regrettable choices, and monumental lapse in judgment. This is my rock bottom, and I'll never forgive myself. Prior to my arrest, I was taking steps toward mending my marriage and correcting my mistakes that led me here. Now, having spent 92 days in jail, I've had plenty of time to reflect on my foolishness, and I'm that much more committed to never getting in trouble again and doing better in every aspect of my life, especially with my mental health. I am truly ashamed, embarrassed, and disappointed with myself, and am deeply and sincerely remorseful for my actions. This is not a reflection of who I am, nor the person I want to be.
Okay. I'm going to go back here just a little bit, because we are doing a review. And if you listen to the words that she's saying, you can hear her plea, in my opinion, that she's sorry for her actions, but what she has done to another person's life and their safety you know, and their peace of mind. It's really hard for me to understand this whole situation.
Firstly and most importantly, I would like to apologize to Aaron.
And that she should do. She should definitely do. 100%.
I'm so immensely sorry.
So she's apologizing and saying that she's sorry.
For the pain and anxiety I've caused you, and the betrayal you undoubtedly and rightfully feel by my actions.
Aaron's life was put in danger. He did not even know if he was safe. He did not know if there was still a hitman out there. You know, so he had to change his whole entire life and probably surround himself with personal security, you know, and take all these different measures. And I cannot even imagine the emotional strain. And he was completely blindsided by this. He did not see this coming at all. None of this.
I need you to know that I will always hold love for you. I genuinely pray you find your joy and peace again, and I will bow out of your life forever to hopefully ease that process. I'm sorry I broke us, and I am consumed with regret every day. My absolute promise to you is that you will never see or hear from me. I intend to leave the state of Nevada, and you and anyone else will never be in danger of me ever again. Secondly, I'd like to apologize to my parents. My actions are not a reflection of how you raised me, with unwavering love and support.
And then she apologized to her parents for her actions. So apparently her parents were there at the hearing. I'm not sure, but she seems to look up as though they're there.
And I know I'm better than this. Next, I'd like to apologize to the court. I recognize and understand my stupidity, the terrible nature of my crime against Aaron, my regrettable choices, and monumental lapse in judgment. This is my rock bottom, and I'll never forgive myself.
EVE Online is a vast...
Prior to my arrest, I was taking steps toward mending my marriage and correcting my mistakes that led me here. Now, having spent 92 days in jail, I've had plenty of time to reflect on my foolishness, and I'm that much more committed to never getting in trouble again and doing better in every aspect of my life, especially with my mental health. I am truly ashamed, embarrassed, and disappointed with myself, and am deeply and sincerely remorseful for my actions. This is not a reflection of who I am, nor the person I want to be.
Yes, state call.
She's very emotional there with her statements. She has been incarcerated for 92 days. So this is her sentencing hearing now. So now that that her attorney representing her defense attorney has spoken, and she has given her statement, now the state is going to bring Mr. Goodwin up, and he gets very emotional, so I'm going to give you a big trigger warning. This is very emotional.
Call Aaron Goodwin.
My heart just goes out to Aaron and my prayers, and I hope that he overcomes this, and that that he is safe. This is just very heartbreaking.
Clerk will swear you in. You do solemnly swear or affirm, under the pains and penalties of perjury, the testimony you're about to give in this action will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
Can you please state and spell your first and last name for the record?
Aaron Goodwin, AARONGODWIN.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Goodwin.
Sorry. Your Honor, for 7 years I thought I was in the most loving relationship and marriage with my best friend. Someone who I trusted whole heart and laughed with every day. Someone who made me feel like I was her one and only. I was loyal to her and do whatever I could to make her happy. I thought we were something very special, and so did everyone else. After finding out she was cheating on me in September of last year with multiple men, including the man going by the name Vincent, who turned out to be Grand Amato, I gave her the option of divorce where we could try to work it out because I loved her so much. She felt so bad, and I didn't want to lose me. Every day she made me feel more special, and she was so sorry. At least that's what she told me. Now discovering she put.
This is so heartbreaking. I'm going to back that up. Bless his heart. This is just so heartbreaking. My heart goes out to Aaron.
Friend. Someone who I trusted whole heart and laughed with every day. Someone who made me feel like I was
Yes.
her one and only. I was loyal to her and do whatever I could to make her happy. I thought we were something very special, and so did everyone else. After finding out she was cheating on me in September of last year with multiple men, including the man going by the name Vincent, who turned out to be Grand Amato, I gave her the option of divorce where we could try to work it out because I loved her so much. She felt so bad, and I didn't want to lose me. Every day she made me feel more special, and she was so sorry. At least that's what she told me. Now discovering she put a hit out to kill me more than once. Got blackmailed and spent almost all our savings to keep it quiet. And so,
Wow. So not only did she put out a hit on him, but then she was being blackmailed, and also, according to Aaron's statement here, almost spent all of their savings. Lola, I agree. I love Aaron. He seems to be a sweetheart. He really does. And you can just feel his emotion, his pain. This is so heartbreaking. It really, really is. So I'm going to back that up just a little bit. Not only did she put his life in danger, but because of the blackmail, ended up paying out most of their savings, according to Aaron's statement here.
and I didn't want to lose me. Every day she made me feel more special, and she was so sorry. At least that's what she told me. Now discovering she put a hit out to kill me more than once. Got blackmailed and spent almost all our savings to keep it quiet. And fell more in love with Amato. They even got spiritually married. And now I was called.
Now, yes, it is, Lola. It is heartbreaking. Now listen to this part. Not only did she put a hit out, according to Aaron's statement, on him. Not only was she trying to do a hit on him. She was blackmailed. She spent almost all of their savings to try and keep it quiet. But then he states that she was spiritually married to this gentleman who was incarcerated that she was talking to. So I'm going to play that again.
Government should put a hit out to kill me more than once. Got blackmailed and spent almost all our savings to keep it quiet. And fell more in love with the motto. They even got spiritually married. And now I was called the first husband. They talked until she was arrested. And she sought out.
Wow. Aaron is stating that they even got spiritually married, and that now he himself was being referred to as the first husband. You can just... Aaron is just heartbroken. This is just heartbreaking to watch, but I really feel that we need to bring awareness to this because these things do happen. So I'm going to back that up just a little bit.
And now I was called the first husband. They talked until she was arrested. And she sought out, she sought his help to kill me.
Once launched, this dental appliance received an explosive response and quickly became...
This has led me to fear my life. I've hired armed security for weeks, not knowing it was over or not. Always looking.
Whoops. Sorry. He states that he had to get armed security for weeks. So he knew that his life was in danger. He didn't know if it was over. Aaron's whole life changed because of this plot, because of her actions. How heartbreaking.
Always looking over my shoulder and having to go through therapy and even trying to understand any of it. It's like a heartbreak no one should go through in life. I can't trust anything anymore. I cry every day. I feel so alone. She grew me into a person I never was. I will always wonder why. But worst of all, she lied to me every day. I didn't know about any of the murder plot, the hitman, or the blackmail until the detectives told me after she was arrested. Now behind bars, she's trying to manipulate through lawyers and trying to silence me and not come here today. So I wouldn't be standing here. In honor, Your Honor, this person over here, I don't know at all. Not one bit. The fact that this person did all this to me with no worry, no care, or love in her heart for me. I will never feel safe or be the same because of what she did. Especially when she gets out one day. She claims she's remorseful now that she's been caught, but there at no time before did she ever try to stop this from happening. She tried to have me killed. She gave my location to people. Truly believed we were trying. I truly believe with people she truly believed were going to harm me. She even asked for the updates on the murder. And this was all when I was just her loving husband. I thought, whether she got minimum or maximum time, I still won't feel safe whenever she's released. I feel like this deserves prison time. I don't know. So I just leave it in your hands, Ron, and thank you.
Oh, bless Aaron. Oh my goodness. To be completely blindsided, and he had no idea until after her arrest. My heart goes out to Aaron and all that he's going through. This is just heartbreaking.
By virtue of your plea of guilty on April 22nd of 2025, in accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, you hereby judge guilty of the offense conspiracy to commit murder, category Bravo felony. In addition to the $25 administrative assessment fee, $150 DNA testing fee to include testing for genetic markers, and $3 administrative assessment fee, the court does now sentence you to a minimum term of 36 months and a maximum term of 90 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. What is the correct term, sir?
92 days, Your Honor.
92 days correct term, sir. Thank you.
Okay, and she was sentenced to 36 months minimum, 90 months maximum in prison after plotting this hit on Aaron. As far as I know, the others that were involved, there has not been any charges yet. Of course, I am trying to keep following this case and bringing awareness to it and any updates that I do find. But I just wanted to bring this out and show it. Again, credit going to Court TV. The description's in my link below. And also to Law and Crime. Their description is in the link below. And that was the other live that I did on this case, Law and Crime. You're very welcome, Lola. So you can go back and watch this on your own, and that way you won't have any interruptions. But I just wanted to bring this update, and I had to watch it and then wait a little bit because it is very heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking, and I wish Aaron all the love and prayers. Our hearts go out to Aaron, and I hope he stays safe. And wow, just very heartbreaking. So I thought I would bring you that update and share that and give you a little review of the actual court hearing and the sentencing. Well, not the court hearing, but the sentencing. And if I have any other updates, I'll try to bring them forward and do updates as well. Again, all credit goes to Court TV, and their description is in the link below, as I stated. And also, I had shared on a previous live Law and Crime. Whenever she was arrested, and they did their episode on Law and Crime, and I have their link in the description is below, and credit to both Law and Crime and Court TV. But anyway, that's what I have this morning. Just bringing you an update, and it's very heartbreaking. It really is, and it's sad, and but there is the review that I'm doing and the update. So my prayers go to Aaron, and I pray for Aaron's safety. And if there is others involved, I hope that they do bring charges on them as well. But anyway, that's my review, and that's my update. So anyway, I'm going to hop off of here and get a few things done. But I thought I wanted to bring that forward and let you see it and hear, as both of them spoke in the sentencing hearing, and it's just heartbreaking. It's just very heartbreaking. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here and have an absolutely wonderful day. Enjoy your Monday. And I will try to continue to watch for any updates on this case. And if there is, I'll bring them to you. And as always, I want to be as respectful and as I can be when I'm bringing forth information like this, because these are real people, and their lives have been changed, and they deserve respect, and understanding. And right now, Aaron needs that. He needs respect, understanding, love, and kindness in our prayers, because he has a lot to go through yet, and will be for some time, I'm sure. So Aaron, if you do see this, my thoughts and my prayers go out to you daily, and I wish you all the best. I really do. And my heart breaks for you. It really does. That was just hearing you talking in the hearing. Just, it was so heartbreaking and so emotional. And I wish you all the best, Aaron. So until next time, everyone have an absolutely wonderful Monday. Enjoy your day. And I'll see you again if we have any more updates or on my next live. So till next time, bye-bye everyone. Stay safe. And as always, please be kind. Be kind to one another. We need to see more of that. So till next time, bye-bye everyone. Have a good day.